Hi guys, hope you are good. Hope everyone's doing well. I am not in the middle. Let me correct that. Fish says fish, valuable information as always. Hope you are good, Fish. Pixel says good morning. How are you? Must be proper early for you. Must be about 7:30 ish on the East Coast. But yeah, hope you're doing good. Hope the football manager is going well. Harry says hello. How are you? I am good. Typically I need a bit of energy if it's going to be a long stream. So I have stuffed an ice cream down my mouth about 10 minutes ago. And you know when you shove an ice cream down your mouth a bit too fast, you then feel a bit weird. So that's me right now. But other than that, I'm all good. How are you? Reluctant Gamer says, "Hey, how you doing? Hope you did. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. I may have booked that Tokyo trip 2 nights ago. Uh, and I can't lie, it was expensive as hell. Like Canada trip, I was like, yeah, whatever. New York trip, I was like, whatever. But the Canada trip, I'm sorry, the Tokyo, which I booked the other day, I'm like, oh my god. But it is what it is. I just need to get planning now. But I hope you're good. Akram says, yo. Pixel says, yeah, it's 7:30 here. Proper early, but appreciate the commitment. Pixel beat Arsenal last night, so he is happy. Nice. So where is this? The Crystal Palace save? How you doing in that save? Does Mark Gahey still want to get out, or have you managed to convince him? What flavor ice cream? Good question. It was one of those. It was one of those cone things. It was like chocolate and nuts, bit of vanilla. Like it's nice. The thing is, if I'm like talking for like 2.5 hours, I typically need some sugar, but typically I have it like half an hour before. But today I forgot because it's so early. So I just kind of shoved it down my mouth, and now I'm like, oh, a bit tired. Family Van Vlerken says, hey, how you doing? Van Vlerken, is that Dutch? Is that Dutch or Finnish? But I hope you're doing well. Harry is shattered. To be fair, why are you shattered? What has shattered you? Is it football? More football related shenanigans? Is shenanigans the right word? I'm not sure it is. More football related activities, maybe. Or was it something else? But other than that, good. That's good to hear. Do you book the flight and hotel as a bundle? No, I've never done that. I've never done that before. I like I do a bit of research beforehand, but I typically book the flights first. But I make sure there's a decently priced hotel for the dates I'm about to book, because the last thing I want to do is book a flight and suddenly hotels are too expensive. So I do it. I do it separately. So step one is book flight. Then immediately I book travel insurance, and then I do hotel. It's Dutch. Nice. I will be visiting you on Sunday. I'm going to Netherlands on Sunday. I'm going to Amsterdam and also Zandam and also somewhere else. The Hague. The Hague. So I'm looking forward to that. I like how they're doing a minute silence. Yeah, that's always good. It's good to see. I got a bicycle kick in Ketia against Brentford. Wow, you're doing pretty good in this save. What's up with the reviews though? Like I saw the game is out now, and like all the reviews are not very good. Like what's going on with that? What's going on with that? Van Vlerken says great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting my stroop waffle. From I'll tell you where I'm getting it from. Rudy's Stroop Waffle. I will be going there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Harry's tired because of school. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired because of work. it's it's one of those things, unfortunately. But it's good that the weekend's here now. The game has a ton of bugs and the UI is not good. Wow. It's it's unfinished. They've had 2 years. They had an extra year. Game's kicked off. I'll set the timer in a bit. But they've had an extra year. Why is it still unfinished? I haven't bought it yet. I'm still playing through Tormented Souls 2, the horror game. More offline because I'm just too tired too tired to stream. But yeah, I haven't even got around to it yet. Jack is currently at work still, unfortunately. Sorry to hear that. What do you do for work? Come on, Spurs. I'm with you on that. Delict just passed it back to the Man U keeper, and it's gone out for a corner because you know if a defender passes the ball back, you're supposed to stop it with your foot. He just didn't stop it. But yeah, let me set the timer. What time are we on? We're about 1 minute. But I'd like the early games because then you still kind of have like a full day ahead of you to be an adult. Harry had to stay and do an assembly. Is this one of your head boy responsibilities as head boy? You have to lead the assembly. Last minute as well. Told me on the day. What are they doing? So hold on. Who told you on the day? Was it the teacher? The teacher told you last minute. Oh, by the way, can you lead an assembly? I mean, I got a few questions about that. Number one, what was the assembly about? And what's your teacher playing at? Because that's not very nice. Harry says, nah, come on, United. Fair enough. Pixel says, I'd wait. Fair enough. I'll wait then. The thing is with Football Manager, I mean, I don't know if this was the case a few years ago. Like, they had a default UI. No, yeah, it was. They had the default UI, but then people would release skins on the marketplace, which would customize the UI a bit. But were skins just a visual thing rather than a whole reorganization? Like, I can't remember. But either way, it's fair to presume that the it's fair to presume that the community shouldn't have to fix their messes. So yeah, I'll wait. I will go based on your recommendation. Van Vlerken says, do you know the team PSV? Yeah, PSV Eindhoven. We bought a pair from you 2 years ago, Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo was the captain. We bought him. But yeah, is that the team that you support? Are you a PSV Eindhoven fan? Who's your manager? Is it Peter Bosch? Peter Bosch. Is he the manager? Is it Peter Bosch or Peter Bosch? But I think that's correct. They switched to the Unity engine. Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. They've changed the underlying engine, so it's a learning experience how to modify the new engine. Makes sense. Yeah, I'll wait. And to be honest, I'm glad I can wait because I feel like to play Football Manager, your headspace has to be like clear, so you can kind of focus your thinking on the game, if you know what I mean. Like if you're too busy, it's a bit hard. So I'm glad that there's a bit of a wait. I can probably play it once the bugs have been sorted out, and hopefully when it's a better experience. The backlog of games is getting quite big. Like, this always happens towards the end of the year, naturally, because that's when all the releases come out for the new stuff. So after Tormented Souls 2, it's probably going to be the Outer Worlds 2, and then probably a bunch of other stuff. But I will get to Football Manager. Family Van Vlerken says, do you know Noah Lang? I do not. You'll have to tell me who that is. Head boy duties. Yes, the teacher and awards assembly. It's just what my school does. You're like, my school just did that. My school just does everything last minute. So hold on. So it's an awards assembly. Is this awards for like other students? Like I don't know, the most sporty or the most academic. So that's my first question. And secondly, why are they making you give out the awards? Should the teacher not be doing it? It sounds like the teacher was too lazy and could not be bothered, and therefore just dumped it on you, the last minute. That's what it sounds like. Outer Worlds is going to be a long one, yeah. I played the Outer Worlds 1. I really enjoyed it. It was a bit like Fallout from what I remember, but a bit more kind of light-hearted. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this second one. Everything kind of feels like a long one to a certain degree when you only have like 2 hours a week. So a 30-hour game is gonna take months. But yeah, that's I'll probably give that a go. Silent Hill 2 I really enjoyed. Silent Hill F, that Japanese one, I've tried it. I just can't get into it. So that's another side. Sometimes you really look forward to games, and then when you play them, you're like, I'm just not feeling it. So we shall have to wait and see. Pixel would give me a award. I hope that's not for the most deluded fan in the world, but I'll take it anyway. Yeah, I can put it on that shelf over there. That screen is showing like a train, but I don't think it's obvious. Ooh, Spurs. Cleared. Harry says GTA 6 has been postponed again. Yeah, I saw. It's to be honest, like I don't actually mind the postponing if it means they make a better game. I'd rather they postponed it rather than had maybe like a Football Manager situation where they release a game early, it's unfinished and it's buggy. Like, I'd rather they just kind of take their time. If I can make a request, if anyone's watching from Rockstar Games, since you keep postponing it, can you release the PC version at the same time as the console version? I know it's probably not going to happen. In reality, this one will probably come out 2027 and then PC 2028, but it's a long way to go for me to play. I mean, I could buy a console and play it, but I'd rather just play the PC version. Harry says, yes, like 100% subject awards and sports. Head teacher didn't even know the script. Everyone said the teacher. Yeah, I mean, for me as an outsider, that's kind of what it feels like. Teacher couldn't be bothered, and couldn't even just be. It's not even the fact that they couldn't be bothered. They also just didn't give you any notice. Could at least have given you a bit of notice to prepare. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they're grateful that you saved the day. And to be honest, I suspect it's not the first time you saved the day. I feel like you always save the day. Pixel is glad it's been postponed because then I'd have to split my time between GTA and the World Cup. That is very true, to be fair. Do you have any consoles? I think you play on PC normally, but do you have like any consoles? I used to have a PS5. I used to have a Series X. But then when I built my gaming PC, like for the first month, I just didn't turn on the PS5 and the Series X, and I was like, okay, I just might as well just sell them. But yeah, I used to, on that shelf, like the bottom shelf used to be a PS5, and the second bottom shelf used to be a Series X. Oh, you've got an Xbox, nice. Yeah, you should be able to play it on release then. 100% attendance, wow. In what time period? Like, cause, but hold on, didn't school just start in like September? So if they've got 100% attendance in like 2 months, does that really deserve an award? Or is it for last year? Is it 100% attendance for last year? Because like it's been 2 months. So why are they giving awards for 2 months? What's your favorite type of flower? I mean, hopefully one that doesn't wilt. Flowers are cool, but if you keep flowers indoors, you get like a mess of petals everywhere. I'm more into trees. I've got a few lemon trees here. of various sizes. If I show you one of them, some of these. Oh, fucking blinds. But like lemon tree, this is pretty good. It will give me lemons eventually, maybe in about 20 years. But yeah, I'd say more things I can eat. More things I can eat. I do have flowers in my garden, but I prefer like fruit that I can actually eat. I'm also happy because I got to skip the bleep test. Oh, the bleep test. You've triggered a memory there. You've triggered a painful memory. So is that the one where you've got to run from the start of the hole to the end of the hole before it bleeps, but the time period of the bleeps get shorter and shorter? I still hate that. It's literal torture. My mate needed to record a video for his GCSE PE and just came up to me. It was passing and shooting drills. Oh, okay, so last year awards. I mean, that's impressive to be fair. To go the whole, to go an entire school year without taking, without taking any time off. That's pretty impressive. I thought it was a much shorter time period, but I guess not. Give me a second. Your highest is 11. I can't remember what my highest is, but it's probably not 11. Fitness gram pacer test. Yeah, I think it's probably something similar. All I remember is you'd have like a sports hall and you had to run the length, so top length to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top, before the bleep sound was made, which is fine. But the intervals between each bleep sound would decrease over time, which just made it more and more difficult. Yeah, I don't miss that. You've gone since year 7. As in you've done the bleep test since year 7, or is that like your score? You have to tell me what the 100 refers to. Will Rio and Gamoa gain first team minutes due to injuries? I mean, if there are any injuries, you'd presume so. The thing is, he's in competition with Gakpo, who does not seem to get injured, and now it looks like he's also in competition with Florian Wirtz, who also plays on the left. And Liverpool are also out of, was it the Carabao Cup against Palace? So that decreases his likelihood of any minutes. But I hope he does get minutes. We can't say this club provides a pathway to young players and then not give them a pathway. Fish is back, says, can you do Wolves versus Chelsea? When is that? When is that game? If it's today, probs not. And then tomorrow's the Liverpool game. Yeah, unlikely to be honest. Not for like any difficult reason. I'll probably just be playing my game. you know that horror game. I'll probably be doing that at 8:00. I mean, Wolves are probably gonna get battered, to be fair, because they are pretty rubbish. But yeah, today this one, Spurs Man United. Tomorrow, Man City Liverpool, because of course. Then it's international break, isn't it? So if I'm going on a holiday on Sunday. Oh, I bought a Germany shirt. I bought a Germany like t-shirt a month or so ago. So I'll do like a Germany game during midweek if they're, maybe that one, Friday, Luxembourg, Germany, so that I can wear my Germany shirt. 100% attendance. I mean, I'm too tired to be talking, to be fair. Sorry for the miscommunication. That's all right. That's no problem at all. I mean, 100% attendance is impressive. I think I've had 100% attendance at work this year. I don't think I've taken a sick day. But yeah, no, that's good. I hope you also got an award for it. But since you're the head boy, do you have to give the award to yourself? Do you like shake your own hand kind of thing? Because it's surely if they get awards for attendance, then you also deserve awards for attendance. I mean that only seems fair in my book. What the F is happening here? Ikram has an interesting fact. Liverpool once held a match in a snowstorm. Interesting. What match was that? So you didn't get an award, but I thought the award was for 100% attendance. Sure, I mean, surely they should give you an award as well. I mean, that only seems fair to me. I got an award once in school, which was a book. The thing is, it was annoying, right? Because I when I was in primary school, I used to be like a really good student, and then when they did awards at the end of the year, all the useless students, they got games, and me, because I was a good student, I got a book, and I was like, what am I going to do with that? So that's the only award I ever got in school. Fish is playing Jedi Survivor. It's hard but easy. I was going to make a crude joke there, but I said better not. What's hard about it? What's easy? From what I recall, the combat was quite easy, but the platforming was quite hard, I think. Victor Yacarez says, a Liverpool draw tomorrow coupled with Haaland tearing homie. Do you mean homie? Would be nice. It would be nice. And to be honest, a draw is probably likely. A draw is probably likely because it's not at Anfield, it's at Manchester. So I can see a draw happening tomorrow. I mean, the question is, would I take a draw? And the answer right now is I'm not saying definitely not. Yeah, I might have to take a draw tomorrow. But like, if Haaland does get quite a few goals, that's actually good for me because he's in my fantasy team, and he is the perpetual captain in my team. Harry says, if you don't mind what you do for work, I work in tech, like building apps, building systems, building iPhone apps, building web systems, building finance systems. Eventually you go a bit mad, but that kind of stuff. Yeah. Database stuff, sometimes finance stuff, sometimes payment stuff. That kind of crap. To be honest. Fish says none of your business, Harry. It's probably a bit late for that now. Fish says, who in cover tomorrow? Haaland and I think Salah. Oh, you meant hamstring. So let's find it. Oh, right. Tearing a hammy, right. Okay, that makes sense. I thought you were saying tearing homie, a new one, and I was like, what have I done? am I homie in this context? But hammy, right? Okay, fair enough. Makes sense now. Lucas says, who's doing better, United or Spurs? Pretty even, to be honest with you. Pretty even and kind of close game at the moment. Speaking of United, Mr. Default's prediction is 2-1 United. Spurs have maybe had the better chances, thinking back, but it is still 0-0. Harry says, "Nice, you're building games. I want to build computers and fix them." Yeah, you mentioned that was the course you got into, the kind of college course you wanted to. Building computers is fun. My gaming PC, I built that from scratch. It's one of those things that seems daunting, and it still can be daunting. But it is a nice feeling once you've connected everything up, you've put the lid back on the case, you've screwed everything in, and then you press the power button. And there's always a bit of anxiety when you press the power button, is it going to blow up? But my gaming PC, I built it from scratch. Plugged everything in. Plugged in like all the front panel headers. Plugged in all the power cables. Plugged in all the drives. Plugged in the graphics card. Plugged in the power cable into the graphics card. Installed the CPU. Put the thermal compound on top of the CPU. Put the cooler on top of the CPU. And then I pressed the on button. And I was like, "Is it going to work?" And it did. So that's a nice feeling at the end. Mr. Default predicts a Cunha brace. Here he is now. Here he is now. Here he is now. He's got the shot, and he almost scored. you might have predicted the future there. I'd say Spurs doing better. I think 2-2, but I gotta go 2-1 United. Yeah, 2-1 United is a scoreline that still haunts me. That's a handball, surely, by what's his name? But it's gone to a corner for United. Fish is saying January we should sign Kazuyoshi Miura. Google him, very young, trusting Fish. If I Google him, is he gonna be 36 years old again, like the other day? Like I'm onto your games now. I will Google him, but I feel like you're trying to catch me out again. He's gonna be like 50, or not 50. He's gonna be. The thing is, he's not. Well, he is 50. To be fair, he's 58. I was like, you know what? He's gonna be 50. I was like, you know what? He's probably gonna be about 50. Wait, not 50. Maybe 30. And then I Google him. He's 58. Yeah, this is that guy, isn't it? Who's still playing in Japan, and he's 58 years old. Is that another handball? 2 handballs in 2 minutes, says Mr. Default. Do Spurs know that this is not basketball? It's another corner. Cleared out again. Fish says he's 15. He most certainly is not 15. I mean, you can take the 5 and the 1 from 15 and say, okay, he's 5'10". Is that maybe where you got the 5 and the 1 from? But this guy is 58. He looks ancient. Like, look at this. He looks absolutely ancient. And this is a picture of him from 2012. You never know. He might be decent if you put him in a decent team. But I think the age might be a bit of a bottleneck. He is the world's thirdest oldest active player. Jesus Christ, there's 2 older than that guy. That is wild. But as you said, a good young signing. Why is Harry Maguire on the wing? What's going on? Mr. Default says Man United are so not back. We just had a few good games. Yeah, that was generally why I was not overreacting. I was like, I don't think this is a sign of change. I think this is not a bubble. Describing it as a bubble would be unfair because I think they had to get themselves out of it. But yeah, when people were saying, "Oh, we're above you in the table now. We're above you in the table now," and I was like, "Yeah, just wait a week. It's like it's fine. It's like arguing takes energy, but waiting is free. So just wait a week." But what I will say, I think Brian Mbeumo is a good signing. And I'm kind of annoyed that they got Brian Mbeumo because he's the typical Liverpool signing in terms of, okay, he's not like a superstar yet, but he's Premier League proven and he's ready to take that step up to a big team. So I was a bit annoyed when they got him, to be honest, because I would have taken him. Whereas naturally the risk with kind of players from foreign leagues, like Sesko maybe, is it's a bit more of a risk because they don't have experience of the league and the country. Whereas with Mbuemo, I was like, he's experienced in the league, he's proven in the league, and he's ready to take that step up. And I think he plays on the right, doesn't he? And he plays on the right, and he's naturally left-footed. So I think could have been competing with Salah. So yeah, I didn't like that they signed him because because it indicates a change in transfer policy. Like back in the day, they'd go for like the sexy player, like ooh Jadon Sancho, or whoever the big name is, Pogba. So I was like, they're noticing that doesn't work, and they're noticing what does work. Yeah, it would have been a really good Salah replacement. I think there's less risk buying players who are familiar with the league, and that's exactly why I was overreacting. I was making the most of it. Fair enough, and enjoy it while it lasts. It's also why I was maybe underreacting. I was like, yeah, this is. The thing is, people were losing their minds over it. I was like, guys, just wait like a week or two. You'll be fine. Fish says, have you ever wanted something that it was so clear in your mind that you could taste it? Yeah, like sometimes when you want pizza, it's so clear in your mind that you can taste it. You mean like, oh no, definitely, definitely not human flesh. I mean, not yet. I could turn into a vampire later in life, but not right now. Um, it's sort of a feeling like rumbling in your gut. I mean, but you're a fish, so why are you eating human flesh? Are you gaining revenge for your species, given that humans eat fish? Is that what this is about? Yeah, Poro's not the best at taking corners. Ahmad. Ahmad is an annoying player because he always gets goals. he's, he's one of those that can just kind of pop up and get a goal. Fernandez taking a corner. Fish says, with a billion needy faces, I guess what I mean to say is, for the first time in my life, I might have to be ready for this. Ready to be the one who's leading from the front is so and. I've got no idea what these lyrics are, but they are very poetic. Brendan Johnson. Is it Brennan Johnson or Brendan Johnson? But he's been booked. I think it's Brennan. Fish wants to sign I Show Speed, please. Where would you play him if you signed him? Is there a particular position in which you would play him? John Jones, Dominic Reyes, or Thiago Santos? As much as I despise John Jones, you'd have to go for John Jones there. It's funny how vocal he's being now after the whole Aspinall eye poke thing, because he didn't want anything to do with Aspinall a couple of weeks back. And it's like, dude, like either fight him or don't fight him. Don't be too scared to fight him and then continue to take jabs in the media because you're too scared to take jabs in an actual fight. But yeah, it's of all UFC fighters, he's one that I find particularly annoying. Just being honest with you. But yeah, still 0-0. I mean, if one of these teams could score, that'd be nice. Fish is going to work now. What work? What work do you have on a Saturday? Is this you? Is this you working in Tesco? Do you work in Tesco or do you just like Tesco? I'm a bit unclear. But Tesco's pretty good, I can't lie. It is getting a bit expensive these days, but it's still up there in terms of supermarket hierarchy. Mr. Default says Casemiro has more goals than Isak and Wirtz. Yeah, that's not ideal. I think Isak is back from injury tomorrow against City, which is pretty good timing. But again, he's not going to be fit. So I just hope this time around he actually gets fully fit before getting injured and Buemo falls over. Crossed in. Ooh, Buemo scored. We were literally talking about him. To be fair, we were literally talking about this guy. 5 minutes ago, saying he's a good signing. I'm a bit annoyed that they got him, and he's kind of proving why again. It's literally what we were saying. He's Premier League proven forward. Ready to take the step up, and also, to be fair, is probably not on ridiculous wages, which is a good thing. I mean, he's perfectly onside from the cross. Good goal, and it's Ahmad again. So it's literally the two players that we were talking about in terms of Ahmad, who always seems to pop up and get a goal, or in this case, get an assist, and Mbeumo, who we were saying is a good signing. Mr. Default has 4 beautiful days off work. Nice. Do you have anything fun planned for those 4 days, or are you just gonna take it easy? Fish says there's a warm fuzzy feeling that wafts through the air. Every street so revealing. It's hard not to stare. It's a realm so appealing it beats anywhere. If you don't mind that smell, it's a happy day in hell. What if I do mind that smell? And you'll have to tell me what the smell is. I'll be honest. I presume these are lyrics, but I've never recognized a single one. Kinder Mbeumo, my goat. Yeah. Fish works at Germany. You work in Germany? Doing what? Yeah, Isak will work out in time. Yeah. It's just, I mean, again, he's kind of Premier League proven, was kind of desperate to come. So I'm not really worried about the signing. I just want him to get fit. Pixel had Mbeumo on the bench. I'm glad you had him on the bench, because that means you do not get points, and therefore I have a better chance of staying above you. But here's a question. So do the bench players not get points, or do they contribute half, like 50% of points, or do they contribute nothing? I don't know that. Harry says, what a goal. It was a nice goal. Could have been better than the finesse header. I mean, it was good positioning as well. I mean, it was a good cross, number one. because Ahmad crossed it like precisely in between the two defenders, and Mbuemo's positioning was very good as well. Mr. Default is going bold. Welcome to the club. You will then also accumulate a collection of caps like myself. Fish says, hello, would you rather eat chicken or dare you to go to school to get it done? I mean, I had chicken yesterday. Mr. Default's going to relax on his day off. Fair enough. Sometimes you need a rest. From Burn, I can't remember. He curved the header into the goal. Yeah, is this the Dan Burn header the other day? It was a nice goal. Fish has a new vid out. You'll have to tell us what the new vid is about. Is it another what's its face? Is it your score predictions for this week? He's in my FPL. My FPL is called Kinder Mbuemo. Makes sense he's in your team then. If you think it'd be quite funny to call it Kinder Mbuemo and not have Mbuemo. But he's probably a good player to have in your team, because I presume he's like not too expensive. Number one, and number two, he gets goals. Like there's obvious players who get goals, like your Salahs, your Haalands, but they tend to be more expensive. So Buemo is probably a good player to base your team around. No, that's what that thing is. There's these buttons along the top like bench boost and triple captain and triple this, triple that, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what this triple shit means. But okay. So bench boost. So I should use bench boost when my bench players are fit, number one, because I got some injuries on there, and when I think they will contribute. Okay, I will do that. BM had Mbuemo on the bench. Why does everybody have Mbuemo on the bench? Is that what your username is? 100 BM. Is that 100 Brian Mbuemo? If it's not, that's a sign. That's a sign that you need to put him in your team. If Mbuemo scores a hat-trick, I'm shaving my head. You know who's not shaving their head? The United Strand. I'm starting to feel sorry for the guy, because 5 wins in a row, I mean, that is tough. Especially because the counter resets once you do not get a win. I mean, shampoo companies probably love him, but it is tough. Cengiz says, Assalamu alaikum, bro. How you doing, Cengiz? I hope you are good. I hope all is well in Netherlands. You made another predictions video. Okay. I will check that out. I mean, your predictions last week were quite good, to be fair. I quite liked the Nottingham Forest winning 1,000-0. That's probably my favorite prediction. But I will check those out. Salah not scored many this season. Yeah, not this season, but like of all the other seasons, he's been a guarantee for 20-30 goals. So when you're selecting your team at the start of the season, you think, okay, Salah scored 20-30 goals every season he's been here, so he's pretty safe bet. I do think he will get goals this year. I think he was just in a bad patch. He won't get the same that he got last year. I think that's his Hail Mary season, and then yeah, he's never going to hit those numbers again, which is kind of why I wanted him to get the Ballon d'Or for that, which he did not. But he will get goals. Fish says, would you rather slap your head... Give me a second. Would you rather slap your head or dare you to go to school to pick me up? I would much rather slap my head. Um, you melt in the Chinese music. Is that your bedtime, girl? Don't want to be a min from me, Germany. Or I like kind of how often you finish your sentences on or, because it just leaves us kind of expecting more. Is that also a lyric? But speaking of Chinese, I've not had Chinese food in a while. Fish says, how many is fish? How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just say several times. Felix says prediction on City Liverpool tomorrow. Oh, I don't know, man. 1-1. I don't even think it'll be 1-1. I think somebody will win 2-1, but I'm not sure who that somebody is. It is at City's ground as well, which makes things a bit more difficult. I can't lie. The thing is, Haaland is on fire, and Haaland is a robot, and Haaland is a machine. But Van Dijk, I don't want to say has had his number, but has done really well against Haaland in the past. And is it fair to say if you negate Haaland, then you negate most of Man City's attack? Screw it. I'm gonna say. I mean, it also depends what Liverpool team turns up. But screw it. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. That is the prediction. Of course, I could be completely wrong, but most people are completely wrong. That's why betting is an industry, because most people are wrong. But yeah, I'd probably go 2-1 Liverpool. Now, if it was 2 weeks ago, when Liverpool were in that terrible run of form, I would not go 2-1 Liverpool. But maybe we've turned a corner. Who knows? Alfie says, as a Liverpool fan, I think we're losing 3-1. Oh wow, 3-1. That would not be ideal. Who's gonna score the one for Liverpool? Is it gonna be Ekatike that you have in your picture? But yeah, 3-1. 3-1 would not be good. To be honest, I don't think it will be that bad. I can see Liverpool losing 2-1. Again, I might be deluding myself, but like Haaland very rarely does well against Liverpool's defense. So I just think Van Dijk in particular and Konate will do quite well against him. But yeah, I'll go for 2-1 2-1 win. How you doing, Dan from Banbury? Hope you are well. It's still 1-0 in this game. Would it be safe to say the goal was against the run of play? I like strawberry ice cream and mango sorbet. Those are two good hitters. I can't lie. Strawberry ice cream is good. Mango sorbet is good. Pineapple sorbet is also quite good. I was trying to think, is there like any bad flavor of ice cream? Probably not. Cengiz says, everybody, good day to you too, Cengiz. Yeah, that's literally what I had. that's literally what I had. So like normally like half an hour before a stream, I have a cornetto because It gives me energy. It gives me energy to talk for 2.5 hours with the sugar and the chocolate and whatever. Gives me energy. And today, because this kickoff is so early, I forgot to have it. So then I just shoved it down my mouth 10 minutes before. So that's what that conversation about ice cream was about. I was like, I've just shoved the cornetto down my throat 10 minutes before this starts. But I don't know if it's called cornetto. I don't know if it's called cornetto in the US. So I was trying to describe it, but it probably is. Alfie's predicting McAllister goal. That would be a goal 2 games in a row. I'd take that. I'm gonna be controversial. I think Salah's gonna score. I think Salah's gonna score, and I think it's gonna be a 2-1 win. Fish wishes me a Merry Fishmas. Thank you. I mean, is Fishmas the same time as Christmas, or is it before that? Ikram says Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards, or Colby Covington. I mean, if you're talking about welterweights, I would actually go with GSP out of all of those, to be honest. But out of those, probably Usman. Do you have ice cream at Christmas time? I have ice cream all year long. Ice cream is one of my favorite things. Cornettos are good, right? Because you can manage the portions in the sense that you can just have one cornetto and then be done with it. But like if you have like a tub of ice cream, you'll eat all of it, and then it's very hard to manage the portions. So that's what I like about cornettos. You can just have one, and then you can be on your day, and then you don't put on too much weight. But if you give me like a tub of ice cream with a spoon, all of that, or maybe half of that's gonna go, and then I just end up eating more of it. Fish says fish ice cream is good. Fish ice cream is absolutely not good, and to be honest, I cannot think of anything more disgusting than fish flavored ice cream. So when I was saying earlier, all ice cream is good. I can't think of any bad flavor. You've sufficiently corrected me there, because there is a bad flavor, and it's the one that you've described. Yeah, that would be nasty. How are you, Charlotte? Hope you are good. It is halftime. Set halftime. Halftime. Where do I set halftime? There you go. I'm sure penguins would love fish ice cream. Yeah, that's somebody who would, I guess. Other than penguins, very. I mean, there probably wouldn't be anybody else. So yeah, if fish is selling fish ice cream, he can maybe go sell it to the penguins. They'll give him a good price, and if they don't give him a good price, they will waddle away, which is still pretty cool to see. But yeah, half time here. I'm surprised at the 1-0, I can't lie. Slightly surprised at the 1-0. I mean, it's been a close game, but I feel like Spurs have been slightly better. Penguins would eat fish, so fish needs to kind of watch out. He can offer them fish ice cream, but then maybe run away after that. That is true. Imagine being a fish and being absolutely terrified at the sight of a penguin. Like fish are probably the only creatures that find penguins terrifying. Charlotte says, "What's your favorite mode of transport?" I mean, it depends where you're going. I mean, generally speaking, planes and trains. I don't really like cars because cars you're a bit cramped and it can get a bit hot and it's less fun. But I'd say generally speaking, planes and trains. Where it gets difficult is when you've got a choice. Do I take the plane or do I take a train? So when I was in Canada, when I went from Montreal to Toronto, I could have taken a flight, which is about an hour and a half, or I could have taken a train, which was 5 hours. I ended up taking the train because with the plane, you gotta get there early, you gotta go through security, you gotta take your shoes off, you gotta empty your bag, and you gotta do all that. And then once you arrive at your destination, and then you gotta then figure out how to get into the city center. It's a bit difficult, but yeah, generally speaking, probably trains and planes. Lucas says, imagine being a Liverpool fan. I don't need to imagine that. Thank you. Killer whales eat seals. That is true. I mean, killer whales probably eat quite a few things. Given the killer, given the killer in their name. Yo, my guy is back. Indeed, I am. How are you doing? Back pretty early. Back with sunlight. We've had a lot of games recently. At night when it's been dark. So this is the first game we've had in a while in the morning. So if my face is a bit too clear, I apologize for that because it's probably not a good sight. But morning games are good in a way because you can kind of watch the game and then you can get on with your day. So that is one of the advantages, I'd say. Ikram says, can Kirkers offer more energy than Robertson? Certainly now. Kirkers is like, what, 22, 23? Robertson is, I think, about 30. And isn't just 30, also has 6, 7, 8 seasons of constant running in his legs. So I'd say the energy is probably one of Kirkers' strengths. He does need to work on certain things. I mean, maybe decision making, maybe defensive resoluteness, but that kind of stuff will come with time. I'm not too concerned about that. I've not played Dragon Quest games in a long time. They're like RPGs, aren't they? A bit like Final Fantasy, but also kind of not like Final Fantasy. To be honest with you, I don't remember. I think I last played it on on the Game Boy. If there's new ones out, I'd have to go and revisit. But yeah, currently playing Tormented Souls 2, which is very nice. Tormented Souls 1, that was set in like a creepy prison or like a creepy mansion. Tormented Souls 2, which is the game I'm playing right now, it's set in a church, and I'm in a bit now where I found like a prison and a torture chamber in the basement. So I'm like, okay, this is not a normal church. But yeah, it's a kind of creepy kind of horror game. It's very good. Like it doesn't have like much of a reputation, but it's very engaging. Dan says Rob Edwards Middlesbrough is to hold talks with Wolves. Is that to take over as their new manager? I mean, he's gonna have a big job on his hands. Are Wolves like in? Yeah, it is. Are Wolves like bottom of the league? I'm just having a look. Yeah, I mean he's gonna have a tough game there, a tough time. Wolverhampton Wanderers are bottom of the league, as Dan says. They got 2 points. 2 points in 10 games. Yeah, they're probably going down. I think a lot of their difficulty is maybe because they've lost Cunha, they've lost Ait-Nouri. I mean, granted, they got a bit of money in, but what have they done with that money? Not much. So, yeah. It's going to be tough for him. But let's see how he does. Middlesbrough have granted Boss. That's a bit informal. It's a bit informal for the British Broadcasting Corporation. Middlesbrough have granted Boss Rob Edwards permission to speak to Wolves. Middlesbrough say they are disappointed. I mean, that's a bit negative, isn't it? Just be happy for the guy. Irvin says, "Do you think Liverpool win tomorrow?" I do. I've thought about it, and I think it's gonna be 2-1 Liverpool win. Part of the reason for that is Haaland is on fire, and Haaland is a machine and a robot. But Van Dijk has done well against him in the past, and Konate has also done well against him in the past. It almost feels like Van Dijk and Konate's strengths, they kind of negate Haaland's game to a certain degree. And I think if you stop Haaland, you stop the majority of City's threat. Granted, there's other threats, there's Doku, Marmoush. But yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 win. Alonso, Gerrard or Henderson? I mean, you'd have to say Gerrard, surely. I mean, the harder question is the first one or the last one. So Alonso or Henderson, the two number 14s. So yeah, I think Gerrard wins that. But the harder question is Alonso or Henderson. And this might upset some people, but I think you have to go with Henderson, surely. Callum says, "Did you know in the last 6 Premier League fixtures between City, Liverpool have 3 wins, City have 1, and I presume it's 2 draws then." That's good to know. That's good to know. Good context, and I think it also backs up kind of what we were saying in terms of Van Dijk matches up really well with Haaland, and so does Konate. So even if Haaland is on fire, which he is, just for whatever reason, whenever he comes up against Van Dijk, it just doesn't work for him. So based on that, and also based on the history that Callum has posted, I'm gonna go for a Liverpool win. I just got a feeling. I just got a strange feeling. Call it delusion. Maybe it is, but I just got a strange feeling they're gonna win. Okay, so if you go to last 7, then Liverpool have 4 and they still have 1. Yeah. And the good thing is, like, within those last 7, like, it's the same manager. Like, it's always Pep Guardiola. Sorry. Yeah, I got a good feeling. Like, a lot of people seem to be presuming that Liverpool are going to get battered. But I think styles make fights, styles make matches, and I just think Liverpool match up quite well against City. I think it needs Szoboszlai to have a really good game. I'm starting to think that Szoboszlai is probably the most important player. It just needs Szoboszlai to just be running around kind of absolutely everywhere. It needs Szoboszlai to be kind of tracking back. It needs Szoboszlai to be taking free kicks. It needs Szoboszlai to be taking corners. I think that game is highly dependent on Van Dijk having a good game, which he always does, and Szoboszlai having a good game. Is Frimpong's attacking threat his best quality? Yeah. I mean, I was gonna add nuance to that and try and sound a bit intelligent, but to be honest, yeah, he's he's really good going forward. You could say his pace and his aggression as well, but you could argue pace and aggression are part of attacking threat. So it's just a damn shame he's injured. The positive is Bradley is playing really well during the injury, but yeah, you're gonna need all players fit. Just kind of given the number of games that are played, and even if both are fit, like both Bradley and Frimpong are fit, there'll be certain games where Bradley's better. There'll be certain games where Frimpong is more suited. So I think it's worth having both. People, what I find weird is like if one player is good, people then see that as an excuse to hate on the other one, which I've never understood. Like if Bradley's doing good, then people are like, yeah, F Frimpong. Frimpong sucks. Get him out my club. And if Ekatike is doing good, they're like, F Isak. Isak sucks. I just don't understand that. If one guy is doing good, people then need to hate on the other one. But you need both. It's long season, given the volume of games. Callum says, I was shocked how much since 2022 we've dominated the fixture. Yeah. It is surprising, kind of given how much success City have had. When they come up against Liverpool, they seem to have problems, and even the games that City have won, other than one game, which was the whole kind of Foden Milner thing. Other than one game, I think they've been kind of close games as well. So it'll be a close game, but I think Liverpool will win it, as we've said, because I just think Van Dijk knows how to play against Haaland, and I think Konate knows how to play against Haaland. And I think if you negate Haaland, I think you cancel out the majority of City's threat. Granted, not all of it, but the majority of City's threat. Callum says, "Let's make it 5-8 tomorrow." Yeah, that would be a nice end to the weekend, and you could then go into the international break pretty happy. So yeah, that would be perfect. I honestly think it will be a 2-1. Again, I could be wrong, and I probably am wrong, but I just think Liverpool will win that 2-1. Luke says, "Hello, how's it going, Luke? Hope you're good. Hope you had a good week." Callum says, "City 2, Liverpool 3 tomorrow, up the Reds." Yeah, I'd take that as well. I'd take that as well. So I said 2-1. Callum says 3-2. But we're both basically saying Liverpool will win by 1 goal. So definite commonality there. But yeah, just needs Szoboszlai to have a good performance. Who's the best Liverpool winger for pace in Champions League history? I mean, if we're saying Champions League history, I presume we're excluding European Cup, which is probably a good thing because I didn't really see European Cup. I mean, it would be between Salah. It would be between Salah and Mane, and I think you'd have to give it to Salah. I'm just trying to think. In Gerrard's time, who were the wingers? I know Gerrard played on the right a fair bit for Benitez. Who was on the left back then? I think it was John Arnorisa. John Arnorisa used to be a left back and then started playing left wing. When Sterling was in the team, Liverpool were not really a Champions League team, which is part of the reason why I think he left. But yeah, I'd probably go for Salah. Ooh, that should have been 2. And Buemo crosses it in. Spurs countering. But the thing is, right, if you're countering, do it quickly, because sometimes some of these teams, and to be fair, Liverpool are also guilty of this. They're so slow when they're countering that all the opposition gets back, and if all the opposition is back, then it's not really a counter. Then you lose the ball. Are Slot's tactical plans evolving with Wirtz and Isak in place? I mean, Isak's been injured, so I don't know if there's been kind of any evolution there. I mean, it just seems like Isak has just gone into Nunez's position. So I'm not sure, from my perspective, there's been any kind of evolution there. With Wirtz, you could say, yeah. Wirtz, when he was playing centrally, was not simply playing Szoboszlai's role. He seemed to be kind of drifting to the left a bit more. He seemed to be occupying pockets, whereas Szoboszlai was more just kind of running forward. So I'd say when Wirtz was playing central, yeah, that did seem like an evolution. But now he seems to be going back on that because maybe that wasn't working so well. And last game, Wirtz was on the left against Madrid. So you could say, yeah, that's a significant evolution, because I think Wirtz on the left is different to Gakpo and is also different to Diaz, who would also play on the left. So yeah, you'd say that is a major evolution, because he plays that left-handed side role completely different. Diaz was more kind of staying out wide. Gakpo was more kind of cutting inside onto the right foot, whereas Wirtz was more wide-ish, but also trying to find pockets of space, also kind of playing 1-2s and so forth. Out of the two, out of Gakpo and Diaz, I'd say Wirtz is maybe more similar to Diaz on the left than Gakpo on the left. Whereas Gakpo feels a bit more similar to Salah in terms of cutting inside onto the strong foot and then wreaking havoc that way. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm curious to see kind of what would happen tomorrow. If it's going to be Wirtz on the left or Gakpo. If I had to guess, I think he's probably going to play Gakpo on the left, because Gakpo didn't play the Madrid game, which means he's more well rested. He does generally seem to be Slot's first choice on the left, so I think that will probably happen tomorrow. Oh, Spurs just look toothless, man. Like they're getting into decent positions, but then they're just doing absolutely nothing with the ball. Fernandez really should have passed that to Mazraoui there. Mazraoui was in like meters of space. Could have got a really good cross in, but he just... Fernandez elected not to pass it and then lost the ball. United definitely defending in a 5-3-2. 5-4-1 to be honest. Defending in a 5-4-1. Which is fine. I mean that's within the rules, so it's up to Spurs to try and break that. But they don't look like they're gonna do that, I'm afraid. Crossed in, nothing's gonna happen. And nothing happens. Ooh, save by. Is it Lamens? Lamens. That's a good point. Thank you. I don't even realize that. There we go. Close enough. I don't like this Lamens guy because he's competent. Is that his name? Sen Lamen. Is it Sen as in like the river Sen? He's not French though, is he? Sen Lamens. Belgian. Okay, I mean close enough. He must have French heritage if he's called Sen. But either way, good save. He's only 23. Oh, is it Sene? Oh, right, okay. Sene. Okay, it's not Sen. Yeah, I mean, again, it's the thing we were talking about earlier, where instead of kind of going for big fancy names, big fancy superstars, they go for like a tier below that, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing, because the tier below that doesn't have an ego. A decent save again. The tier below that doesn't have an ego. Number one. And number two, they're desperately trying to prove themselves. I think that's also a benefit. And I think also number three, sometimes when you sign the big players, and I hate to use Sancho as an example, but you sign the big players, you give them 300 grand a week. They think they've made it because they've got 300 grand a week for 5 years now, regardless. So then maybe they don't commit as hard, and then it ultimately doesn't work out. So yeah, cheap players are great. Of course, just because they're cheap, it doesn't automatically mean they work out. But that's what the kind of scouting department is there for. Your local Lou says 6-7. I appreciate that. I mean, 6-7 might be the score tomorrow between City and Liverpool, but if the 7 is the second number, which is important for the away team. We have a keeper who can actually stop a ball. That's unfortunate. I'm not particularly happy about that. I can't lie. There was like a time period where I'd purely watch United for the comedy of what Onana was going to do. Like that, I'd just be excited just to see that. So the fact that this guy can at least make saves it's not good for me. Yeah, I mean, 13 million in today's market is absolutely nothing. It's basically pennies. And in some ways, those signings are the most impressive. Like let's for argument's sake say Donnarumma has a better season, but Donnarumma costs a lot more money. Fernandez to Mbeumo. Again, good pass by Mbeumo. Ooh, that's not Wan-Bissaka, is it? Because he left. Who the hell's that? Oh, that's Dogu. I was thinking, Wan-Bissaka don't play for them anymore, and he's also not typically on the left. That is the Dogu guy. I just thought it was Wan-Bissaka because he missed the target, but it's not. Sesko is coming on. Will Ekitike find his confidence? I think he's found his confidence. I think he's very confident. But it's that nuance. It's that fine line between being confident and being overconfident. You don't want him to be overconfident because I think that can negatively impact the team. But he seems pretty confident, pretty sure of himself. I don't like his haircut though. He needs to go back to the blonde curls that he had. I feel like that suited him better. Now he just got standard short hair. I don't think it's as good. So that's the only thing I'd say. Go back to your blonde hairstyle. That suited you a lot better. Player down. It's Porro again. It always makes me laugh when a player goes for a tackle and then they're the one that go down. He's saying Mbuemo hit him in the face, which he did not. He just had his hand out. And like naturally, kind of contact sport, sometimes collisions happen, but not every collision is automatically malicious just because it was a collision. The sign on the side says it's classic Tottenham. What? Because they're down at home. Even their own advertising's making fun of them. On the hoardings where it says it's classic Tottenham. Come on, Porro, that didn't hurt you that much. I got shopping to do after this, Pedro, so get up. Thank the Lord. He's up. That is a relief. Would you rather have the ability to read minds or control time? I mean, probably control time. I think if you were able to read minds, it would probably become a bit unsettling eventually. It's probably a good thing that we don't actually know what people think all the time. But if you can control time, I presume does the word in control time mean you can also go forward in time as well as back in time, or just stop time? But yeah, control of time would be good. Because time is just a constant bottleneck in everything. You got limited time on Earth. You got limited time to do stuff. Limited time. If you got a holiday, you got limited time. So yeah, control time. Oh, Spurs are through. Is that equalize? Looks like he was offside. Mr. Default loves this game and also this particular linesman. They're just showing a replay. Oh yeah, he's a bloody mile offside. See, that kind of thing is annoying because if it's Johnson again, if Johnson stays on side, he's still got enough time to probably put that away. But that's the right call. And again, people who have not seen it are gonna say, referees supporting United, referees supporting Liverpool, referees supporting City bought the refs. It's like, no, like the guy's just offside, clearly. I mean, there might be individual bias in certain referees because they're human, but I don't think there's like a collective conspiracy amongst all the refs. But as David Coote has shown, some of them are a bit weird. You are correct about that, Ikram. I mean, Spurs don't even look like they believe that they can win this, to be honest. I need to stop slouching. Sen Lamens comes off his line. Mr. Default says, Man United are so back and bring on the title charge. Well, to be fair, you are second. Second place. Crazier things have happened. There was actually a discussion. Yeah, it is a game in hand, but second is second. There was actually a discussion the other day, or the other night, I should say. Would you rather Man United won the league or Arsenal won the league? And it was mostly Liverpool fans. And the general consensus was, we'd rather Man United win it than Arsenal. That's just how much people despise certain Arsenal fans these days. I again, I have to caveat, it is certain fans. Yeah, most said Man United. I had to think about it, but I was like, yeah. To be honest, I think everyone did apart from one. It's kind of funny. We'll probably drop to 6th, 7th. Are you trying to say 6, 7 without explicitly saying it? Is that what's going on here? But the thing is, there's it's still kind of very early days, so there isn't really many points between the positions. So like if you win a game, you jump up 6 positions. If you lose a game, suddenly you fall down 6 positions. Yeah. It's kind of why it's tough to kind of make definitive conclusions. Everyone's saying Arsenal have won the league. I'm like, what? I mean, it's November. It's November. There's barely any points on the table. You win one game, you jump up 10 places. Nobody's won anything. Yeah, I don't even know what it means. I also Googled what 6-7 means, and apparently it means nothing. That's the meme. HC says, has Van der Ven done anything? He has flicked his hair back a few times. I must say his hair looks in a pretty good state, but to be honest, it's been not a lot has happened in this game. It was a good header by Mbeumo to get the goal. Right now, it's just Spurs kind of trying to. I mean, here's Van der Ven on the ball now. It's just Spurs trying to break the deadlock and trying to get through. Man U are defending in like a 5-3-2. If we win this game, that means United Strand was one goal away from cutting his hair. Oh yeah, because of the other game, yeah. The weird thing about that is like I've seen pictures of him without hair, and I'm like I think he looks better. Like he looks better like this. Like it suits him. Like the look suits him. Like if you ever see pictures like when he started, he just had like very short hair. I'm like, I don't like that. So hopefully when he cuts his hair, I was gonna say hopefully he doesn't cut all of it off, but he probably will. But But yeah, like the look still suits him. Like he doesn't look like a homeless person. Interesting that his hair is also growing upwards. Like you'd think if you grow your hair out, it like grows like shoulder length, and then that's how hair grows. But yeah, it's funny that his hair is growing upwards. Yeah, not much has happened, to be honest. The players kind of in general seem half asleep, which kind of makes sense if it's 12 o'clock kickoff. Charlotte says, "Will Robertson drop into midfield?" I mean, I hope not. Do you mean in terms of inverting? I mean, inverting doesn't really feel like a Robertson thing. I mean, if someone's gonna invert, it'll probably be the right side. So Bradley, as an example, so Bradley can drop into midfield. Whereas I think Robertson will more kind of hold the width. What I will say is that Fernandez hits it over. What I will say is Robertson does seem a bit less wide in the slot tactics compared to the club tactics. In the club tactics, he was basically a winger holding the touchline. And whilst there are elements of that now, he does also make inside runs now. So I'd say his game is changed, but just because he makes inside runs, I probably wouldn't class that as inverting as a midfielder. Speaking of midfielders, Ugarte is potentially coming on. Harry Maguire is on the floor, contemplating his life choices. And Buemo is thinking about what he's going to eat for dinner, as am I. I think it might be Buemo coming off. Geez, football is so boring when you don't know how to lose. Yeah, I mean, suffering from success, as they say. But I think they'll remember next game. Fingers crossed. Finley says, "Who scored?" It was Brian Mbuemo. It was a cross. It was a cross by Ahmad. First half, a good cross because Mbuemo was kind of positioned in between two defenders, and it was a pinpoint cross and a good header for Mr. Mbuti. I don't know how Amarim won Manager of the Month over Arteta. I'm not sure either, but any award that Arteta does not win is fine by me. Arteta I just find irritating as a manager and irritating as a person. He needs to stop wearing suit trousers that are too tight and maybe become slightly more likable. So I'm glad Amarim won it. I'd rather anybody have it over Arteta. Euro goal for my FPL. I keep forgetting to take him out. Finley says, Mbuemo might honestly be the only player Man United won't ruin at this rate he's going at. Yeah, we were talking about him earlier, that he's a good signing because he's not the kind of archetypal Man United signing. The archetypal Man United signing tends to be very expensive player from abroad. Whether it's Pogba, whether it's Sancho. I know Sancho's English, but he made his career in Germany. Whether it's Sancho, whether it's Pogba or kind of anybody off that list. What was different about Mbuemo is that they changed the strategy. So instead of kind of following that strategy, they bought a Premier League proven player, number one. And number two, somebody who was not too expensive from a transfer fee perspective. And number three, someone who was not too expensive from a wages perspective. So, and I think that those are the transfers that work out best. I mean, if you look at Liverpool, Andy Robertson, Gini Wijnaldum, those type of players, like they always work out really well. So I was a bit concerned when they bought him. Because you would have said that That was the type of player Liverpool would go for. And Buemo will probably be off to Madrid next summer. To be honest, I doubt it. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. I think he'll stick around here for a few years, to be honest. Yeah, a bunch of these. Anthony, what was he, like 90 million? Cavani, he was expensive. Højlund, that's probably one. I was going to say that's probably the worst one, but maybe Anthony's the worst one. But yeah, was Højlund Napoli like 85 million, something like that? Onana, Di Maria, yeah. That's the thing. So the trend of buying kind of expensive players from abroad, they broke that trend with Mbeumo, which disappoints me. You can argue with Sesko they continued that trend, but proof is in the pudding. Mbeumo is starting and scoring, whereas Sesko is not starting. Finley won the league by 13 points in my first FM26 save. Geet up, nice. Who did you win the league with? Was it Newcastle? 13 points. That's impressive. I'll be honest. I still haven't got to Football Manager 26 yet. I'm playing Tormented Souls 2, which is a horror game. So horror game set in a church, and you think, okay, no problem. But now I'm in the basement. And I found a torture chamber. So I'm like, okay, this is this is where the horror this is where the horror kicks in. Why is there a torture chamber at the bottom of a church? But yeah, I'm playing that game at the moment. It's pretty good. But I will get to Football Manager eventually. First save is always with Newcastle. Second is with Championship teams. Yeah. I'm the same with Liverpool. I always kind of start with a Liverpool save, and then I play it for like 4 or 5 seasons. But eventually you get bored of it because like none of the players are real anymore because it's all the regenerated players. And then at that point, yeah, I try maybe not a Championship team, but like a weaker team, maybe another league. Because the good thing is, with that approach, you also know from the first save like who all the wonder kids are. So like in my first save, City might have a player who's now worth 200 million because I'm 5 years down the line. So when I start the new save, I'll be like, I will pick that guy up for pennies because he's going to turn out pretty good. So that helps as well. But everyone's talking about it. I might need to give it a try today, you know. Just to test it out. Mason Mount to, is that Sesko? But it's defended. Can Isak's aerial ability add a new dimension to set piece strategies? It can, yeah. He's very, very good header of the ball. It's weird though because like was it Ramsey that Newcastle used to have on the wing? So he was right-footed, and then he used to do like out-swinging crosses, which used to swing towards the goal, and then swing back into Isak's head. Whereas Liverpool have a left footer on that side in Salah. So if a left footer's crossing from the right, they're not going to be out-swingers; they're going to be in-swingers. So is it going to work as well? If Frimpong's there, then yeah, because Frimpong's a right footer. But yeah, maybe I'm thinking about this a bit too much. But in general, yeah, he's a good header of the ball. He just needs to get fit. Hopefully he plays a part tomorrow. Apparently he's getting into fitness. Apparently he might be available tomorrow, but if he is available, I don't think he'll start. I'm going to do 3 seasons until it's boring and easy again just to get back into the game. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think the longest I've ever gone is, I think, completed 4 and then started the 5th. Started the fifth, and at that point I was like, yeah, I'm bored now because none of these players are real players. But yeah, apparently with the new football manager, a lot of people don't like the UI and the as in the user interface. But I will need to try it for myself. Dev says, do you think Man United do you think Man United need to score more goals today or in general? Um, I think today, I think they'll probably hold on. To be honest with you, I think they'll probably hold on. After they got the goal, they've been quite defensive, which again is fine because that's within the rules. So I think they'll hold on today. In general, in general, more goal scorers never hurts. But I think Mbeumo's a good player. Cunha is a good player as well. It's typically one of those things I think you can evaluate better at the very least at Christmas time, because at Christmas time you'll have a decent idea. Whereas now I just feel like the season is still very much in its infancy. But more goal scorers never hurt, generally speaking. Isak's aerial ability is not good for how tall he is. Yeah, I guess for being like 6'3", 6'4", you'd hope he'd score more. Seen it at Newcastle, scored 2 headers from what I remember and weren't very good. I saw one that was really good. It was like, I think it was a Ramsey cross, and then it was just a bullet header. But to be honest, like I'd rather have 5 or 10 bad headed goals than one nice one. So yeah, maybe in terms of volume, he needs to maybe get a bit more. Well, I'm on console for Football Manager, but in game it's so laggy. Really, even on console, wow. That's a bit concerning because I have a gaming PC that I built, which is kind of super expensive, but I wasn't planning on playing it on my PC. I was planning on playing it on my laptop. That's a bit worrying. I mean, if it's laggy, it's an excuse to get another laptop, but yeah, lack of optimization. They've overthought. Oh god, they've overthought and overcomplicated everything. That's not good. And typically, like that's what happens quite often. There's this term in like IT development, if you ever work in IT, called feature creep. And it feels like this is a case of feature creep. You see it all the time, and like not just with software, with computer software, gaming development. Look at Windows. If you use Windows these days, it's just full of ads, full of games, full of all these little knobs and little buttons. It's like I don't want all this rubbish. Full of all this AI stuff. It's again you're overthinking it, you're overcomplicating it, putting all this extra stuff in. Unfortunately, it feels like a kind of industry level shift to a certain degree, but that's not good. I'm gonna need to I'm gonna need to try it, because Pixel also had some concerns about the kind of user interface, and the thing is, user interface in many ways is more important than graphics, especially for a game like Football Manager, where the user interface is pretty much everything. So if they've messed that up, that's a bit of a concern. But I will try. Ooh, Matthias Tell. Is that Matthias Tell? He actually came off the bench and did something of use. Speaking of Matthias Tell, I used to buy him in the old Football Managers from Bayern because he was good. But yeah, how do you... We are so not back. Well, you were back. You were back for a while. You were back for a while. But to be fair, you predicted it, so you could say, I mean, good finish. I mean, good turn on Delict, and then absolutely smacked it top corner. But yeah, these Football Manager concerns that kind of Finley is saying, and Pixel was also saying, and like yesterday, I was just snooping at the reviews on the Steam page, and whenever you look at a game on Steam, it will say, generally speaking, are the reviews positive? Generally speaking, are the reviews negative? And it said it was in red, mostly negative, and I was like, what? So yeah, I'm gonna need to try it out. The thing is, I've got a Game Pass subscription which is gonna expire in a few weeks. I could just try it there. I don't want to play on my desktop though. I want to play on a laptop, and the problem is my laptop's a Mac, or I have two laptops and both are Macs. But I'll try it on the desktop because I got Game Pass on there, which means I can download it for free. Shazan says 1-1. George says 1-1. Trev is very happy. Ugarte should have fouled him. Yeah, should have maybe used a bit of game intelligence. Ooh, Sesko, but it's going to miss. Yeah. What tackle by Van der Ven? I think I'm proper behind because Shazan posted that like 2 minutes ago. I'll see if I can maybe try getting a bit more up to date. But that was a good tackle. I can't remember earlier. Somebody asked how's Van der Ven doing? And I was like, he hasn't done much, but now he has done something. Shazan says, sorry, that's all right, no problem. I don't mind. Some people get like really annoyed if you spoil things. I'm not one of those people. I'm all good with that. Oh, that's a really nice. That's they're showing the replay on it now. That's potentially like tackle of the season so far. He stopped a surefire goal. Noah Okafor was the man for me in Football Manager. Yeah, it's the more you play the game, the more you know kind of players who work and players you can get on cheap and players you can loan. So yeah, as I said, like I'll try giving it a go today on my PC, just to click around the user interface maybe. Shazan says Van der Ven is the ideal Van Dijk replacement. As you say that, he's getting the captain's armband put on him, so that's good timing. He's a very good player. I was surprised Liverpool didn't go for him when he was at Wolfsburg. Van der Ven, funnily enough, talking about Football Manager, Van der Ven was a player I used to always buy from Wolfsburg in Football Manager. But yeah, he's good. He's very good. The only kind of concern is maybe injuries, but good defender, fast defender, intelligent defender, and we saw a combination of those three attributes right there. Only thing is, he'd be pretty expensive, but he's good. What are your thoughts against Conor Bradley against Madrid? Man of the match performance. Vinicius could not get a sniff out of him. And I appreciate this also happened in the last Madrid game last year. But when it only happens once, there's a tendency to think, okay, maybe it's a fluke. Maybe that won't happen again. So the fact that it happened again is really good to see. So I think anytime Liverpool play Madrid now, even if Frimpong kind of gets into form, I think Bradley is the guy to play against Madrid. Because Madrid even tried something different. They even tried putting Mbappe on that side to see if Mbappe could get a sniff out of him, but Mbappe couldn't either. So yeah, Bradley seems to do really well in those games. For me, he was definitely man of the match. Shazan says Bradley just needs more of those performances to make the right back his own position. The funniest thing is, about all of this is that 66 came back and had to watch his replacement have a man of the match performance in his old position. That's so fun. That's so funny when you think about it. But yeah, as a kind of Shazan is saying, a bit of consistency, and then he can make that his own position, which is great because then that will also motivate Frimpong to just try even harder. So yeah, hopefully a similar performance tomorrow against City. Do you think we'll go for Gehi in January? It depends on the price. So it was 35 million, wasn't it, in the summer? Um, so obviously, like if the price tag is 35 million now, probably not. If the price tag is about 20, I'd say yeah. But any more than that, they'd probably just wait to get him on a free, I think. There's rumours that he's going to go to Madrid, but I think he wants to go to Liverpool. I think Kanate will go to Madrid. And I think Mark Guehi will replace Kanate. Best player in the world, currently top 5. It's tough because like I definitely would have put Salah in that list last year, like alongside Dembele and so forth. But Salah's not really had a good season so far. I think you'd have to put Haaland in there. It's tough to do a top 5 because you inevitably have to leave somebody out who's very good. Would you say the Bradley performance was him defending well or Madrid attacking badly? To be honest, with the Bradley thing, I think it was him defending quite well. Oh my God! Spurs have scored. Spurs have scored a winner. Spurs have scored a winner. What the hell? Where did that come from? That guy is never cutting his hair. I feel sorry for Mr. Default. Where did that come from? Like, honestly, like, as somebody who doesn't like United or doesn't like Spurs, where did that come from? Oh my God! Like, I'd mentally resigned to like, okay, United are gonna win this game, and then when it was the equalizer, I was like mentally resigned to a draw. But that's like an amazing shot by the chicken man, Richarlison. So here's the thing about the table. So United were second, and I haven't refreshed this table since the equalizer. So if I refresh this table now Spurs are second, and United are 8th. Which again, that's not necessarily a problem, but it just backs up the point that I'm saying that we're still very early in the league, and the points are so close that I don't think anybody can make any definitive conclusions about Arsenal or anybody. It just shows like how close this league is, which again it's fine because it's only November, but people are acting like it's March. But that is wild. Shazan says, do you think we will miss Trent more than we thought we would? I don't think so because Trent was injured for a large part of last season. But to be honest, proof is in the pudding. We'll find out as the season progresses. P5AM is very happy. 100 is your name like 100% Brian Mbuemo, or is it just a coincidence that you have BM? We need to sell Delo. Yeah, disaster struck after he came on. Oh, that's wild, man. You're 8th, yeah. Which again, like, it's not like even if you look at the table, like even it's not too concerning. Because like the distance between 8th and 2nd is let me see if I can move it across. Is 3 points. It's one game. So like the distance between kind of mid-table and Champions League places is 3 points. Again, because it's so early in the table. What's your favorite hobby on weekends? Good question. I like watching football. I like playing computer games. I like booking holidays. I'm going on holiday on Sunday, then I'm going on holiday again next month, and then I'm going on holiday to Tokyo in February. So I have a problem with booking holidays, which I quite enjoy doing. No, that's just my initials. I didn't realize. Oh, fair enough. It's because earlier you were saying you were rightfully bigging up on Buemo because I think he's been a good signing, and I was like, oh, so if your BM is your account like a Brian and Buemo account? But no, it's just a coincidence. It hurt my stomach seeing United second. Yeah, I can't lie. When I brought up the table earlier, I was expecting them to be like maybe fourth. And seeing them in second, you feel a bit of kind of vomit in your kind of coming up. But yeah, thankfully eighth is a lot better. But a draw, like a loss is probably unfair, to be honest with you. It's a corner being taken. 1 minute left. Oof! What the hell is going on? This game, absolutely nothing has happened. Absolutely nothing has happened for like 85 minutes. And now it's bloody 2-2. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, a draw. To be fair, a draw is probably fair. A draw is probably a fair result. Who do you prefer out of City and United? Still probably City. With City, like I don't really feel like I prefer City, but that's probably a compliment to United because what I'm effectively saying is I don't really feel any rivalry with City. So whether they win the league or like nobody ever cares. Whereas if United win the league, it would bother you. And I think for United fans, if Liverpool won the league, it would bother them. But if City won the league, I'm like, oh, who cares? So I'd say I prefer City, but that's not a good thing for if you support City. First Maguire, now De Ligt. Yeah. I mean, no more goals. I think a draw is fair. I mean, I think a draw is a fair result. Man United with a free kick though, but I think a draw is a fair result. It felt a bit unjust when Richarlison got that goal. Would you rather swim with dolphins or ride a horse? I can't say I have a burning desire to do either, to be honest. But 100% Brian and Burmo is very happy. And I know it's not actually that. But 100% BM is very happy. I mean, this is fair. Like, this is fair. No more goals, please. No more Spurs goals. No more United goals. I think this is a fair result. So if it stays a draw. Yeah, full time. 100% BM, which is not 100% Brian and Buemo. So that's full time. Other than that, Brighton game, that's the most entertaining match I've watched in a while. Yeah, the end of it. Yeah. I'd say the end of it was very good. The end of it, because you had a goal in the 84th minute. You had a goal in the 84th minute, which was Tell, and then you had 2 goals in injury time. So I think the end of it, made up for the start. At the start, I can't lie, I was thinking, oh god, this is gonna be nothing's gonna happen. But at the end, made up for it. Mr. Default says De Ligt my goal. I said 2-2. Yeah, you are correct. But yeah, I think this is a fair result. As much as I don't like either of these two teams, when Richarlison scored that screamer, I was like, yeah, that felt like a bit of an injustice based on how the game went. But a draw, I think a draw's fair enough. Spurs were maybe slightly better, but equally Spurs were at home, so you'd expect to be kind of slightly better. But why is half the stadium empty though? That's what I don't get. Why is half the stadium empty? Because it is a Premier League game. Does that mean United Strand can get his haircut? Unfortunately not. I believe the terms of the deal. I believe the terms of the deal are 5 straight wins. And a loss or a draw resets the counter back to 0. So it's back to the start. Undefeated. We are back. We are back. We are finished. We are back. So let's refresh the table. So Spurs in 3rd and United in 7th. But again, like, it doesn't really mean anything because like both Spurs and United are on 18 points. So even though it's 3rd and 7th, like it's there's so few points on the table, it doesn't really mean anything. Because you think, oh, 3rd is like four positions better. It's not. It's just pretty much the same thing. OJ, it's probably not that OJ, but it's a different OJ. Says, I was gonna put Man United draw at 16-1. Man, that's frustrating. I thought, they won't score again. To be honest, I thought they wouldn't score again as well. This guy is never getting his haircut. I mean, it's tough. Like five wins in a row is tough. Like three wins in a row, it could happen, and I think it did happen. But like 5 wins, I wouldn't do that for like Liverpool. 5 wins in a row, that's hard. Siphoning Lightning says hi. How did you find the game? I can't lie. I thought Spurs had won with the Richarlison goal. The ball didn't cross the line. Like, that's interesting. I'll need to see it back. I presume you're referring to the De Ligt header. But it was like a tight angle, but I thought it went in. But like from my perspective, I haven't seen it. Mr. Default says it did. I need to see it back. But overall, why does VAR exist if it isn't used? Again, but like VAR is another one of those things that these incompetent morons have overcomplicated. It's just the implementation of it, I think, is just the whole kind of clear and obvious. I think if you've got the technology, just use it, have it checking things in the background, and if a referee gets something wrong, just tell him over the earpiece, you got it wrong. No, go with the referee's decision, and then only if it's contentious, then we check it. Just if the guy in the damn studio can see it's wrong, just tell him over the earpiece, just go double check it. I don't know why they overcomplicate something like this. I just find that annoying. The table is so close, yeah. It's kind of why I refuse to make any definitive conclusions about Arsenal winning the league, about City winning the league, about Liverpool winning the league, about United winning the league. Like, it's just November. Lamans could be the good luck charm. Bobby says, bro, can't believe I didn't think of it that way. I didn't expect that goal. I didn't expect that goal to go in. Like when it was 1-1, I thought, okay, you know what, 1-1, the match is probably gonna finish a draw. And then when that Richarlison one went in, I was like, oh my god. And it was a good goal, to be fair. Outside of the box, curled effort. Bobby says, whose goal should have been disallowed? Siphoning Lightning believes the De Ligt header at the end didn't cross the line. To be honest, I've not seen it. I've not seen it. I'm not sure. But Mr. Default thinks it did. I'll need to see it back. Also, how didn't United get a red for kicking Romero in the head or Mbeumo? To be honest, yeah. With the Mbeumo one, I thought I didn't think that one was too bad. But the Romero one I might have missed. I might need to see that back. Come on, Liverpool then. Yeah. I'm hoping for a 2-1. I'm hoping for a 2-1. But I might be deluding myself. I just think like Haaland's in amazing form. But Haaland always has difficulty against Van Dijk. Like, you know how Bradley knows how to defend against Vinicius? I feel like Van Dijk knows how to defend against Haaland. BM says, who do you support? Liverpool? Yes. You probably can't see. This is like the there you go. It's like the goalkeeper kit, the third one, but the black one. It will probably surprise you though. I support Liverpool, but I'm not biased. Like, if I'll just say what it is. I just tend to be honest. I'm not like, sometimes you get Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans who are extremely biased to their own team and always cry conspiracy. But that's not me. I just call it as it is. I'd rather Liverpool win the treble than United win 4 in a row. I'll take that. To be honest, at this point, I'll take one trophy. But yeah, I'm a bit nervous about tomorrow. But I just got a weird feeling. We'll get a result. Gonna go 4 points above City tomorrow. Above United, yeah. I genuinely think Liverpool will win tomorrow. If you didn't support Liverpool, who would you support? If I didn't support Liverpool, I'd probably support, like, people in my family, they support United. So I think I would have been like mentally groomed into supporting them. So I'm glad I don't. Predictions for tomorrow, I think 2-1. I think 2-1 Liverpool. And that's purely because Van Dijk seems to know how to defend against Haaland. And I think if you cut off Haaland, you cut off most of Man City's threat. Granted, not all of it, but I think you cut off most of Man City's threat. But equally, anything can happen. I think Liverpool really needs Szoboszlai to have a good game. For me, he's starting to become the most important player. Lucky Fleek says, Chelsea, Palace, Brighton, please win. We need United out of the top 10. I understand. The thing is though, like, the table is like so close. Like, there's so like little points on the board. Like, Spurs are third with 18, and United are 7 with also 18. And Villa are 11th with 15th. So the difference between 11th place and 3rd place is 1 win. Pretty much. It's a tie. It's a very close table at the moment. I'd rather City win the league than Liverpool. I'd be the same. And I was saying this earlier. Like, I generally don't mind City winning the league because nobody supports City. So if City win the league, who cares? Like, it's almost as if the league has disappeared into nothing and didn't exist. So I'd much rather City win the league than Arsenal. I'd much rather City win the league than Man United. I'd much rather City win the league than Chelsea. Because I almost feel like if City win the league, who cares? Nobody supports City. So you don't have to put up with any grief. Harrison says, bro, for God's sake. Nathan says, the game's over, Unk. What's the timer for? That's a very good question. Unk has to manually stop the timer. There you go. To be honest, it does confuse people sometimes. They say, is the game still going on? Also, who's still undefeated in the Champions League? I want to hear you say. I'm not sure, but I presume it's Spurs. I can have a look for you. So who's still undefeated? Bayern, Arsenal, Inter Milan, Man City, Spurs. Those ones, but I presume the correct answer was Probably Spurs. I'd support Chelsea if you're not United. If you didn't support Liverpool, you would be a Spurs supporter, sir. Possibly. I mean, one of my best football manager saves ever was with the Spurs. And whenever I think of Spurs, I always think of that football manager save from a couple of years. I mean, probably 10 years ago now. I'd support Palace or Villa if not United. Fair enough. Bobby says, I think 2-1 Liverpool as we have got results in the last two games. Yeah. I think there's confidence going in, number one. I think point two, Liverpool have had a lot of success against Man City recently. And I think number three, Van Dijk matches up with Haaland quite well. We're guaranteed top 10. Palace and Brighton are playing each other this game week. Fair enough. Nathan says, nah, let's be real. Nobody wants Arsenal to win the league. Yeah, from this question came up earlier. If you had a choice, and when I say earlier, I think it was last week, someone said, if you had a choice between Man United and Arsenal winning the league, who would you take as someone who supports Liverpool? And then I was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd rather United win the league than Arsenal. Yeah. Timer was still going. There was still time to score. You know what's funny? Van de Ven has the same number of goals this season as Gyökeres. Speaking of Van de Ven, that tackle towards the end was world class. I mean, I know that I don't think there's like a tackle of the season award, but if there was, that would be a candidate already. It was so good. Hence says United should have won today. I think a draw was a fair result. I think Spurs were maybe slightly better, but equally Spurs were at home. I think a draw was maybe fair. Liverpool washed without 66 and Darwizi. Yeah, we are washed in fourth position. But like strictly speaking, I think there is validity behind that because 66, and I like how the 66 name is catching on because we can't call him Trent, he's just 66. 66 provided a lot of the creativity and Darwizi provided a lot of the running, which left Salah free because you've got this weird Uruguayan running around everywhere, which meant less attention on Salah. So I think Liverpool will be fine, but equally I do think you have a point. Would you rather be able to fly or breathe underwater? Probably flying. Torres or Suarez? Like as a player, Suarez, one of the best strikers I've ever seen. It's crazy though. My birthday is the same as Wayne Rooney, and initials are same as Brian Mbeumo's. Yeah, maybe you were meant to support United. Van de Ven better win the Puskas award. Yeah, Van de Ven's very good defender. And as I was saying, back in the day in Football Manager, I would always buy him from Wolfsburg because he wasn't too expensive, but his stats were always really good. FH says, yeah, people saying about Van de Ven Gyökeres need to compare Van de Ven to Isak. But to be honest, it's more just like a joke. Like it's not that deep. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Gyökeres will score goals. Isak will score goals. Wirtz will score goals. It's just November. R.I.P. Jota. Siphoning Lightning said 66. I've mentally trained myself to say 66, like to the point where I just don't say that anymore. Finley says, what game you watching next? Like tomorrow City Liverpool 4:30. And then midweek I want to do the Germany game because I bought a Germany t-shirt and I want to wear the Germany t-shirt that I've not worn yet. So midweek Germany game. Then Sunday I'm going on holiday for a week, but I'll be back for whatever is next after that. Matthew says Liverpool are bad. Yes, they are terrible. Alexander Isak season says United get it round you. Yeah, I mean, a draw's fair. A draw's fair. For like me watching as a neutral that doesn't have like any affiliation to either team. I think a draw was a fair result. Charlotte says for real. Is that this season or overall? It must be overall. But even then, that's pretty impressive. Kind of given like he's been out with injury, so he hasn't even had a ton of games to do it. That makes the fact that he's scored and he's got those sort of numbers after the injuries or alongside the injuries is a bigger positive because he's done it in less games. Spurs gonna go to Paris and Kolo Muani hat-trick. I mean, anything's possible. This season he's got 6 goals. I thought you meant overall. What is going on? Are you for real? He's got 8 GA as a defender this season. Scores for the national team as well. So he contributes there as well. So he's got 3 in the Premier League. 3 in the Premier League. 2 in the Champions League. 1 in the Super Cup. Also 1 for Netherlands. Yeah, no, you're correct. We can see it here. I mean, just take the Premier League. Like, just take the Premier League as an example. 10 games, 3 goals for a defender. That's really good. And he's only 24. I thought he was a bit older than that, but he's only 24. Yeah, I mean, good signing. Good signing. Kahik says, at least we fight until the last minute. That's my United. Yeah, I mean, they never gave up. Like, I guess if you concede a 2-1 goal, sometimes your heads can drop. Sometimes you can kind of give up. But they, as you said, they carried on believing. And then they scored from the corner. That kind of thing has to give you confidence. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Ikram says beard goals achieved. I appreciate that. I'm probably gonna try grow it a bit longer because it's cold. But the trouble is, when I grow it longer, I look homeless. And then when I look homeless, when I go to the supermarket, the security guard then follows me around because he thinks I'm going to steal something. So it's a fine balancing act. It's a fine balancing act. Because it starts growing out this way, and then the security guard thinks I'm gonna steal something. So it's a balancing act. Mr. Default says De Ligt more goals than Isak and Wirtz. Yeah, the thing is that they'll get goals. I'm not too worried with them. And additionally, if we're saying those two players are not performing yet, but Liverpool are 4th with a game in hand, then that's probably a good thing because they've got up to 4th without those two players contributing. So once those players do start contributing, hopefully Liverpool go further up the table. Fingers crossed. How you doing, Snus? I hope you are good. I hope you are well. Liverpool City tomorrow. I'm going with a 2-1 Liverpool win. I just think Van Dijk knows how to defend against Haaland. And I think the Real Madrid game will have given them a bit of confidence. Charlotte says, why did the tomato turn red? Because it's interesting. Van der Ven should play striker. Let's hope not, because if he's getting 3 goals as a defender, he might get 30 goals as a striker. Siphoning Lightning says, we know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe, we know what we are. I mean, a European trophy is a European trophy. So you can certainly say you have more European pedigree than Arsenal. Snus is good. That's always good to hear. 3-0 Liverpool win. I would be over the moon with that. And I think if Liverpool were to win 3-0, I think you can then happily go into the international break feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about what's happened. I think it'll be 2-1, but I would take any win. I would take any win. Finley says, another thing with FM is that there's very long point. Can you not skip the highlights? I would always kind of skip them back in the day. Salah's got more GA than Cunha, Foden, and Sesko combined. Yeah. The thing is, like, again, it's like it's so early. It's so early in the season. I think once we start going into Christmas time, I think then we can make a definitive conclusion. Siphoning Lightning is going with a 3-1 City win, sadly. That's okay. City are at home, so they have an advantage. I've just got a feeling Liverpool will turn up. Yeah, I agree with Abdi. Liverpool win 2-1. That's my prediction as well. 2-1 win for Liverpool. If we are playing the same as we did against Real Madrid, we're winning. Yeah, I hope they keep that the same. I guess the only kind of slight point of contention is Gakpo on the left or Wirtz on the left, because it was Wirtz on the left against Real Madrid. And I just think if he's rested Gakpo, like he loves Gakpo, so Gakpo might end up starting. But I wanna see things kind of kept consistent. Yeah, so I hope it's Wirtz again. Spurs have 8 European trophies. Basically, I mean, that's a lot more than Arsenal have. 8 FA Cups, 6 Carabao Cups. I mean, a trophy is a trophy. You probably can, but I never know if anything's gonna come from them. So I don't. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, in reality, who knows? I'm hoping. I mean, I'm hoping for a 2-1, but would I bet my house on it? No. Bo says hi. Villiers says most people are saying Man City will win. It's a fair prediction because City are higher in the league and City are also at home. So that's probably the rational. It's probably the rational conclusion, but I just got a weird feeling Liverpool will get something out of the game. Leon says Everton score prediction probably 1-0. I think 1-0 Everton. Everton are at home. But anyway, I better go now. Somehow it's 3 o'clock. When this game started, I was like, it's lunchtime. We got forever. But it's somehow 3 o'clock. When this game started, I was like, I got a whole day to do my shopping, to do everything. But somehow it's 3 o'clock. Liverpool playing Everton. Liverpool winning 8-0. That's the way it should be. I might go. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's pretty late. It's just getting 3 p.m. for us, but I gotta buy food because I got no food. I've also got holiday planning to do, and I've also got computer games to play. Most people, they want City to beat Liverpool. Very true. Very true. You too, Pixel. Take care. And you too, Snus. Yeah, hopefully good result against City tomorrow. But let's see what happens. Anyway, guys, hope you have a nice Saturday. And yeah, see some of you tomorrow. Take care.